some of Kalpana's characters are way ahead of their time. Sure, they did not get to cut off a man's genital and take revenge or overcome a bombing in Iraq. But ചെറിയ subtle ways in Kalpana did contribute significantly to the portrayal of female empowerment in Malayalam cinema. Her characters issued a dress that was smaller in comparison, but much closer to home. Let's have a look at some of Kalpana's iconic characters. Number 1. UDC Kumari from Dr. Pashupati. Undoubtedly one of her most loved performances, UDC Kumari is a character I wished had an entire movie based on. പോക്കനംകോട് ഒരു കുഞ്ഞു ഗ്രാമപ്രദേശമാണ്. UDC Kumari അവിടുത്തെ ഏറ്റവും stylish woman and also the only upper division clerk in that panchayat. An epitome of a working independent woman. She dresses differently from other women in the village. In a realistic scenario, that is more than enough to get the tongues wagging and a whole lot of shaming. But UDC owned the signature look with a bright color chiffon saree paired with sleeveless blouse, oversized glasses and matching accessories and umbrella. She strides down the dusty path of the village confidently, leaving a line of villagers ogling at her. It is surprising that during an era that typecasted women wearing modern clothes as pongachakari or was feminist, UDC was a soft-spoken, kind-hearted, sweet person loved by all. Number 2. Vasasntha Kokilla from Kuttan. A newly married woman, Vasasntha Kokilla is a woman with a progressive chindagadi, which is evident from her conversations with her patriarchal husband. She is appalled when he addresses her as me and suggests that he helps her out in the kitchen if he wants his food on time, and also lives by the principle that the household chore is a shared responsibility between a husband and wife. Again, a stark contrast from a leading lady who might probably say, ആണുങ്ങൾ അടുക്കളയിൽ കയറുന്നത് എനിക്കിഷ്ടമല്ല when her husband tries to help her out in the kitchen. Ugh. The movie sympathizes with Jagadi as this pavam husband who is being tormented by his modern Chindagadikari wife. Her progressive nature is summed up by this dialogue that Jagadi says in the movie. ഒരു ഭർത്താവ് മനോഭാവമാണ് അവൾക്ക്. A typical reaction to a woman who is assertive and refuses to oblige to the rules laid down by her husband. When her husband fully loses his shits when Vala cuts her hair and addresses her with various derogatory names, she does not cry or cower in the corner. She counters each of her husband's misogynistic comments with logic and quick wit. എൻ്റെ മുടി മുറിക്കാൻ എനിക്കതിൽ അനുവാദം വേണം അല്ല പിന്നെ. Number 3. Mary from Kaliveedu. Mary is the prospective bride of Dr. Gonzalez, a psychiatrist whose only demand is that the woman is about to marry should be a pure, untouched virgin who has had zero premarital relationship. A common demand that many unmarried men in Kerala hold to this date. He ensures this by hypnotizing his prospects in order to get them to reveal about their past relationships. മേരി കളങ്കപ്പെട്ടിട്ടില്ല എന്ന് ഉറപ്പ് വരുത്തിയിട്ടാണ് പുള്ളി മേരിനെ കെട്ടാൻ തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത്. But on their wedding night, Mary turns the table on him and hypnotizes him instead, only to find out that he himself had various relationships in the past. സ്വന്തം തെറ്റുകൾ മറച്ചു വെച്ചിട്ടാണ് കളങ്കപ്പെടാത്തൊരു പെണ്ണിനെ മാത്രം വിവാഹം കഴിക്കുന്നത് നിങ്ങൾ വാശി പിടിച്ചതല്ലേ. She then goes on to reveal a string of relationships she has had over the years. At a time when even divorced women and widowed women were magically found to be virgins in Malayalam movies, Mary casually listing her past relationships is quite refreshing to watch. And the best part is, she let the bygones be bygones and embraces a fresh start with her husband. Number 4. Shantha, Kuttan Amma from Bangalore days. A woman who had been denied many simple pleasures of life, when the opportunity arose, decided to seize the moment and live the life she has always wanted to. The scene where she beseeches her son not to take away this opportunity to escape her monotonous life is such a rare instance in Malayalam cinema. A mother who is loving and caring, yet chooses herself and her desire over other people's expectations on how she should live her life. As she slowly settles into the life she has envisioned for herself, Kuttan's displeasure is evident. But like most Kalpana characters, she pays no heed to the chauvinistic male character and does not let him hinder her from chasing her dream all the way to America. What's disheartening is that this movie is far from the 90s, and yet here we are again sympathizing with the male character who is affected by the sudden progressiveness of the female. Even though Kuttan finally accepts his mother, the underlying pucham in his tone towards her modernization is evident throughout. Number 5. Razia Bheevi from Tanichella. Based on a true story, Tanichella tells the story of Razia Bheevi and Chellamma. Chellamma is a middle-aged Brahmin woman who decides to end her life only to be rescued by Razia, a Muslim social worker. Disregarding caste, politics, and other regional issues, Razia opens her home to Chellamma, and an inseparable bond is found between the two. Within this household, Chellamma is free to live her own life in her own terms and follow her own traditions, with Razia's wholehearted support. Razia creating a Tulasi Madam for her friend and also preparing Vishukani are simply heartwarming to watch. Saying that this movie and its theme is one that is very relevant to the current political scenario would be an understatement. Kalpana, who also bagged the National Award for this role, does complete justice to the character, portraying a relationship that transcends cultural and religious differences. The brand of Kalpana, that of empowered women peppered with quick wit, sharp tongue, and an undefeatable spirit, definitely deserve a place in the Hall of Fame of iconic women characters in Malayalam cinema. Clearly, I love Kalpana. I hope you like this video, and if you do, I know you will like, share and subscribe to PinkLungi. Until next time, this is Anjali signing off. Catch you in the next entertainment video. Bye.